can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by Thomas Cathy. If you enjoy this video, please let us know what you think. Drop a comment, drop a like, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Thomas, this is a final prediction video for the world title fight happening at cruiserweight between Gilberto Ramirez and Yuniel Dorticos happening on the 28th of June. Thomas, good to be joined by you as always. It's been a busy month, hasn't it, June? There's a lot's going on. Cruiserweight action. I will go into it as always. What is your final prediction for this one, please?
I see Gilberto Ramirez winning on points. I just think that at this stage in their careers, uh, Ramirez is 33, Dorticos is 39. So obviously Ramirez is much closer to his prime than Dorticos is. And, while Dorticos was, I mean, you have to be a pretty solid fighter to be in the World Boxing Super Series. And while he did do well there, I just still think that the talent of Ramirez is just too much for Dorticos. And I do see it going the distance, though. Um, I do wonder just how likely is it that Ramirez will get the knockout when he hasn't gotten any knockouts at cruiserweight so far. I think the move up in weight has diminish the power a little bit, which makes sense. I mean, he's fighting bigger guys. So I do think there is a talent gap, and I think that Ramirez will outclass Dorticos. I think it will go the distance.
Yeah.
So Ramirez by decision.
Yeah, fantastic. It's an intriguing fight. I think we're not going to get away from the fact Ramirez is a strong favorite here. However, I'm going to agree with you, but I'm not super confident because I feel like does Dorticos have one final big performance? Sometimes fighters have that when they're in their late 30s, they have one big performance left to give, and this could be it for Dorticos. So it feels like since he lost to Marius Briedis, which was a while ago, he's not had many. He's been a bit inactive. He's not fought guys near the level of Gilberto Ramirez, so that concerns me. But I'll go for a Ramirez points win as well. But don't rule out it being close. Ramirez, in my opinion, he can be a bit of a hot and cold fighter. And I still kind of question. We know he's a great fighter. Is he a fantastic cruiserweight fighter? He's come up all those weight divisions. Dorticos has always been a cruiserweight for his long career. So we'll see. But I am actually looking forward to this one. Thomas, we'll kind of address the elephant in the room, and if Gilberto Ramirez wins this fight, it's gonna be the question on everyone's lips, and that's, are you going to fight Jai Pataya? Jai Pataya was in action a couple of weeks ago in a non-competitive fight against Claudio Squio in Australia. If What do you think is going to happen? Is Ramirez going to fight Opataya, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure what other route he could. I'm not sure what other route he could go down, to be honest. I'm sure kind of if you try hard enough, then you can maybe find somebody else to fight. There's the WBC situation, as well. But yeah, what do you think is going to happen? If we're both correct and Gilberto Ramirez wins this fight, is Opataya the fight to happen next?
I think so. And like you said, I'm not really sure which other route either fighter would take. I think that it's the biggest fight in the division. Um, I think it's the most competitive, in my opinion. I think that, I'm not picking Ramirez to beat Opetaya, but I do think that he would be the biggest challenge for Opetaya right now.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that fight. I don't really like either fighter going up to heavyweight. So I think that's the move to do. Make Ramirez versus or Opetaya versus Ramirez, however
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should make that fight.
for sure. It's tricky, isn't it? I think look, we've kind of gone around in circles, but But fingers crossed. I just think that Ramirez, I don't think he's been too vocal about an Opetaia fight. Of course, I do want to ask your opinion on on Badu Jack. Badu Jack is the WBC world champion. 41 years old now. Can you see Ramirez just basically say, I'll fight Badu Jack and I'll kind of prolong this Jai Opetaia fight. Can you see that happening, or do you think he could be in a position where he can't reject that fight anymore because of money or pressure? How do you see that situation developing?
That's right. I did forget about Badu Jack. He does have the WBC belt. I think it would make sense for him to actually fight Jack first, maybe pick up an additional belt, and then at that point they would be fighting for the whole piece of the pie, right? The undisputed title. So it would make that even bigger. Um, but that might be a risky fight for Ramirez to take before Apataya. I think I would favor Ramirez, but Badu Jack hasn't been looking too bad, even though he is 41 years old. Um, so yeah, I think that would actually make quite a bit of sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. It is interesting. I think it is interesting, and I can't help but think that that's the route that Ramirez will go down. I just think that there's a reason why the Opetaia fight hasn't happened yet. And I think that there's maybe a hope that Opetaia eventually gets frustrated and does move up to heavyweight, and Ramirez can maybe fight someone else for Opetaia's belts. But we'll see. We live in hope. He has to get past yeah, it has to get past Yuniel Dorticos first, who in his day was one of the best cruiserweights in the world. But yeah, we will see if he can roll back the years or not. Thomas, good to be joined by you as always. Looking forward to this one, and I'll speak to you again very soon.
Likewise, thank you.